I think my interest in Mongolia has been kind of twofold. It has a definite academic focus and also definitely kind of a life focus. It's been something, traveling to the country in general, has been something that I've been interested in for many years now. Just kind of the thought of setting foot in Mongolia is kind of blowing my mind. So I think what I want to get out of it is the sense of travel. I want to expose myself to something new, but something specific in the sense of, I don't know, this is just kind of the direction that I've been moving. Leaving Austin, coming to Houston, kind of the next stage of change. And I'm hoping that Mongolia is just kind of the next stepping stone in terms of the experiences that are going to point me in the direction of what I want to be doing, what I want to be focusing on when I'm leaving Rice, when I'm leaving just studies in general, because that's still up in the air. So I guess the experience that I'm trying to get out of Mongolia is a formative one, something that's going to help me make decisions later on down the road as to who I want to be, what I want to produce, what I have passions for, and I think it's just a great opportunity for that.
And we were in an area called the Darkhad Depression, which is basically an old lake about 10,000 years ago. No longer a lake, but it's wonderful herding grounds. So that area that we were working in has probably been continuously used by humans for about 7,000 years. And we were working on medieval time burials, Mongol period burials, on a mountain called Hurig. And we were basically excavating burial mounds for medieval Mongol figures. Really anyone, we don't have specifics, but anyone that could afford a burial plot on top of the mountain. And sadly, the reason why we were on this mountain was because every grave site that we found had already been looted by, we're not quite sure who, looters, essentially. But that could be Mongolian nationals, international figures, really anyone. And so because those graves were looted, there's a certain urgency with those sites. Everything that's left behind is exposed, and every day that it's left exposed, they further degrade. So basically, it was a unique dig in the sense that we were going for speed and volume. I had never traveled anywhere as far or as different as Mongolia. So when I was there, yes, we were studying history, incredible amounts of history. But what I think really made it was, in addition to working on the archaeological dig, you're exposed to all the components of Mongolian culture while you're there working with the Mongolians. You're hearing the music that they're listening to. The younger graduate students really love their heavy metal, and Mongolian heavy metal is very unique. It has a lot of traditional instruments. It sounds very different from Black Sabbath. The new band that's all the rage in Mongolia is called the Hu, which is it's a classical Chinese word that was actually used by the Imperial Chinese to describe nomadic Mongolian invaders. So the Hu basically means nomad, but it was a derogatory term, like calling someone a barbarian. But now the band has kind of reclaimed it, I guess, and they're using their music to encourage Mongolians to return to more of a traditional style of living, closer to the Mongolian roots as opposed to Western influence. So you really see it everywhere, I guess. You can even hear some of the throat singing a little bit. You listen to the music, you pick up parts of the language, you start to try to conversate and, I don't know, just communicate really the best you can with the people that you're working with. And it ends up being, I don't know, I walked away with this experience that I hadn't just gone to this location and dug in a hole and then left. It was like I had traveled to Mongolia, I met the people there, and I helped them work on something that was very, very important to them. They're preserving what's left of their history, so it's not just entirely stolen and shipped out of their country. And I think that was a very emotionally powerful thing that they could feel, and I had the pretty hefty honor of being able to be there with them.